Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Newcastle High School, home of the Trojans. It'll be just a sec. Coach Knight's listening, making sure everything sounds okay. We are about a minute and a half away from the starting lineups of the JV game here between the Eastern Hancock Royals and the Newcastle Trojans. Eastern Hancock has been on a bit of a tear lately with a record of 14-2 on the season. We've had a couple of games that we haven't had JV games because varsity played in the tournament out in Richmond. We didn't get any JV games there, so they've been pretty strong. Their last loss came way back in January 6th against Wapahani. Newcastle also has a formidable JV team. I watched a little bit of them on film, and they look really talented. So this is going to be one of the best JV games that we've seen probably all season long. Real quickly here, before we get underway, we're going to take a quick word and hear from our friends at 9-Star.
When moving into a new home, we ask ourselves questions like, who is the best internet provider in town? Well, have you considered locally owned 9-Star Connect? We've become the fastest, most reliable, and dedicated fiber-to-the-home internet company in central Indiana. Our internet packages have been modified, and we are changing speeds at a more competitive price. So give us a look. Visit us at 9starconnect.com. 9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
Alrighty, folks. All right, so let's go ahead and give us the starting lineups here from our perch atop the Newcastle Fieldhouse. First, the starting lineups for the Eastern Hancock Royals. At one guard, number 3, sophomore Luke Schilling. At the small forward position, the 6'2" junior, number 13, Caden Willis. At the point guard position, number 14, a 5'10" junior, Chase Stewart. At the shooting guard position, number 35, a 6-foot junior, number 35, Charlie Halcomb. And rounding it out, the big guy in the middle, number 50, freshman Eli Manship. Now here for the Newcastle Trojans. At point guard, number 3, freshman Cade Logston. Number 11, 5'11" sophomore Noah Gross. Number 13, a 6'3" freshman Elijah Turner. At another forward, a 6'1" sophomore, number 20, Brody Bell. And lastly, a 6'1" junior, number 33, Caden Blackford. The Newcastle Trojans are coached by Mr. Noah Brown. The Royals are coached by Mr. Brett Bechtel. Coach Bechtel has now, I believe, I asked him today how many wins he had in his career. He's not sure. He thinks it's somewhere between 17 and 400.
I think that's a fair bet. I think he's pretty close to whatever it is Spalding has.
Well, and you think Spalding's obviously played more games because just
right, but I know Bechtel's had some seasons where the JV, even when our varsity was down, JV was pretty good.
Yes. So quick take there. No good for Gross. Royals off and running here. Caden Willis is going to take it straight to the rim. He gets there, and the foul. Caden Willis with the quick 2.
Foul on number 33, Caden Blackford. That is his first team foul on the Trojans. Caden Willis at the line, shooting 1 shot.
Caden Willis' free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Pulled down by Brody Bell. So up at the top with it, Cade Logston gets it over there to Noah Gross. Trying to go inside there to Turner. They do. Turner loses the handle on it. Chase Stewart comes away with the steal.
And it looked like they were running a 1-4 offense, which is a lot of screens and backdoor cuts. So it'll be interesting for us seeing how we switch with that.
So Caden no good there. Logston with the rebound. Logston working on Stewart. It's over there. Blackford pulls the trigger. No. Rebounded by Willis. Willis gets it over to Stewart, and Stewart will bring the ball up.
And this should be a fun matchup for Willis. He doesn't often go against people as athletic as him with the height. So,
and you can see Elijah Turner is 6'3", looks very similar to Caden.
Yep.
Schilling gets it into Caden. Caden reverse layup,
Ooh.
can't get the English to roll. Nice offensive board by Manship, and Charlie Halcomb with 2. Pushes the Royal lead up to 4.
Should have worked him a little harder in middle school, and the English would have worked.
It would have. Adjusting our volume here. Looks good right now.
And we got to travel. I think Logston started walking before he put the ball on the floor.
Our camera just froze.
Oh, that's not good. Ooh. Got all kinds of issues here. Stewart's bringing the ball up. It's Schilling at the top, and Royals going to get into their offense. Schilling goes right to the hoop. Can't convert. Ball's tipped out, and Turner is off and running. Throws it back to to Blackford. And now Gross has it. Blackford again. Caden really in his grill. And it's the switching is like we normally do. Trojans can't get a clear shot. They found a mismatch. Caden Willis came over to reject Turner's shot.
Sorry, Art.
And Blackford hits a 3.
I think our cameraman bumped the plug
Cord,
and it came out.
You know, it happens.
You got their stats, I got ours? Is that
Yeah, we can do that, or at least I'll get their points. And Trojans, by the way, on the board with that 3 from Blackford. Oh, we got Charlie wide open, a little late on the pass.
Gets it into Willis, and another and one for Caden Willis.
Those two, when they play that two-man game, they're deadly, Charlie and Willis. It's definitely a pick your poison.
Yes, it is.
Caden Willis at the line, shooting 1 shot.
Willis knocks home the free throw. 7-3 Royals. Caden Willis with 5 here early on. They get it
Edger
in.
pass, yep. Turner, and I think he's going to pick up a foul from, I think it's Manship that's going to get that one. We'll see. There's 2 Royals there. And really they drove baseline and hit it underneath.
Yep, that was on Manship.
Turner got a shot to convert the old-fashioned three-point play. A little too hard, though, and
Willis
yep,
snags the rebound.
almost got it on the
And then he threw it to Schilling, and Schilling just wasn't looking.
No.
Miscommunication there. Let's check the replay. Schilling was looking when he threw it and then turned away.
And he had Stewart back behind
Yep.
him. He must have assumed Stewart was going to get it.
So Eastern throws it away. They lead 7-5. 3:51 left here in the first quarter. Caden nearly gets a steal. Great hustle, but steps on the line.
I love that there's so much room on the sideline there for the guys to go out and get it to. Most places, and even this other side's got bleachers right up to the edge.
My wife would love that for the cheerleaders.
Oh, yeah. You could see they're not crowded at all.
No. Another 3 from Blackburn. Hits it, or Blackford. His second gives the Trojans the lead, 8-7. Here, 3.5 minutes left, halfway through the first quarter. Chase Stewart with the ball, guarded by Blackford. Gets it over to Halcomb on the left wing. Halcomb back up top to Manship, over to Willis on the right wing. Nice job, finds Charlie. Hesitation, no, but gets his own rebound. That one can't go. Manship with the offensive board, can't get the putback. And then Manship, nearly picked up foul number 2 as Brody Bell pulled it away.
Well, that was a great example of, again, Caden and Charlie working together.
Yep.
We just couldn't convert. Turner gets it deep inside.
Yep. Just got it in too deep, and it's a nice play. What they're doing is they're getting him to cut across, and we're not bumping him out of the lane. We're letting him set up where he wants to set up.
Yeah, there's not a lot Manship can do about that, not when you're that far down.
Schilling kicks. Charlie for three. Charlie Halcomb with his 5th point, and the Royals tie it back up 10-10. 2.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Blackford pulls the trigger again. No. Rebound by Willis, but he lost the handle.
Yeah, that was Bell who took it away from him on the baseline.
Yep. Brody Bell knocks it off Willis out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Trojans. They get it into Logston. His 3, good. Cade Logston with a 3.
And that really wasn't bad defense, but we're going to have to tighten it up even more.
Oh, yeah.
They're knocking them down right now.
Is that their 3rd 3?
Yep.
Willis drives, up and under move, a little too strong. Rebound cleared by Noah Gross.
And we're going to be in trouble if we keep giving away points like that on our layups.
And, we have not played a great JV team in some weeks. And so it's been really since Greenfield since we've played a team that's pushed us. We've had a game closer than about 15 or 18 points. So a lot of the teams we've played have been very young. So Eastern probably trying to get back into a rhythm as much as anything. Charlie scoops with the left hand, no, and Stewart knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trojans.
Yeah, that's probably the 5th layup we've missed in 3 possessions. Got to convert.
Minute and a half left. Eastern trails by 3, 13-10. Logston walks it across, gets a double screen there. Takes it all the way in. Willis pokes it away. Willis going the other way. He's got a dunk. Throws it down.
And that was a smart one too. He didn't try to get fancy with it. Those were important points to convert, and that's one of the first times we've gotten points off of a steal right now, which has kind of been our bread and butter this year.
Logston too easy to the rim. Pushes the lead back up to 3. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Manship in the corner. They swing it over. If we could have found Charlie a little quicker, Charlie had a wide open look from 3. Too hard. That one's going to be out off of Blackford, and it'll stay here with the Royals.
Yeah, and that matchup with Turner on Charlie, that Turner's length is really kind of giving Charlie some fits. Still getting some good looks, but he's really having to work harder than normal.
41 seconds remain here in quarter number 1. Charlie Halcomb to trigger the inbound. Finds Manship. Can't hit the layup again, and Logston off and running on the fast break. Cross court, but stolen away by Halcomb with 33 seconds on the clock. And then stolen away again by Blackford.
I'd like to be a little closer to Coach Bechtel during the quarter break, just to kind of hear what he says.
I would like to mic him up.
We haven't played bad. We just not shot well.
No, it's just finishing at the rim.
Yep.
And we've given up a little too much on defense. They've had a couple open layups. Logston now here with 10 seconds. Dribbles around, finds Blackford. Pulls the trigger over Shaw. No. Bell with the offensive rebound. Can't get the putback. And Willis with the rebound. He clears out. And at the end of the first quarter, the score, Newcastle 15, Eastern Hancock 12. We'll take 30 seconds in here from our friends at 9 Star, and we'll return after the break.
We are really heavily involved in the community, so there are multiple different volunteer opportunities that we can go and do.
Volunteer time to share their time and talents with organizations that need not only monetary assistance, but just people's time to help those organizations grow and thrive.
9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
Opportunity.
All right, and we're back here, getting ready to start the second quarter. Eastern Hancock trails 12-15. It will be Royal ball, I believe, to start the second quarter. Eastern Hancock with Halcomb, Willis, Manship, Shaw, and Miles Winnan. I haven't seen, Newcastle still has not subbed yet.
No, they haven't.
They still have Brody Bell, Elijah Turner, Noah Gross, Cade Logston, and who am I missing?
Blackford.
Blackford.
Just had a thought. I wonder if we have some people that don't know we're playing tonight with the game change.
Yep.
And
I was looking. We only have 46 viewers. Typically, our JV game's been drawn more. But you're right. Manship's pass stolen away.
I think he thought that Shaw was going to go to the hoop, and he on 2 different pages again. It's just that miscommunication.
Blackford again for 3.
That's his third.
Caden Blackford, the 6'1 junior, is lighting it up from deep right now, and we've got to find a way to respond. We can't keep turning the ball over. Shaw, we get a holding call there. Looks like that was on Brody Bell. It's hard to see from this angle. It's hard to see the officials from this angle to see what they're holding up because he's holding his hands really low. So timeout on the court. You're listening to the Eastern Hancock Sports Network. Is your car dirtier than the hog barn at the 4-H fair? Have your children made such a mess that your back seat resembles a landfill? Then you need a full-service car wash. And the best place to get that in Hancock County is at Dave's Express Car Wash in Greenfield. Dave's Express offers both exterior and interior cleaning. They also do oil changes and tires. And don't forget to swing by the grill for their world-famous tenderloin. It's a one-stop shop where you can get it all at Dave's Express in Greenfield. Thank you to our friends at Dave's Express Car Wash for their sponsorship. So Eastern down by 6 here. Think you got to get a good basket here.
Yeah. We just can't have as many empty possessions as we've had.
Preston Markley checked in for Manship at that last break. Willis, nice job. You keep saying it, but those two just find each other.
Yeah.
Willis and Halcomb find each other so well.
Yeah, they do. That time Charlie got a little far underneath, and Turner just walled him off from getting in. And that's what I was afraid was going to happen. We closed out a little bit harder, and Blackford drew the foul. He'd gone down a couple of times.
And Miles just kind of walked into him there. Yep. Good call. You got to give him room to land.
Yeah, and it's a little bit like the Steph Curry thing, right, where it's a shooter. You get out on him, and then he knows how to draw the foul. And I've seen him go down twice already, and he didn't get the call. It's only a matter of time. But, again, it's points for the Trojans, and the Royals came up empty again.
Yep. It's the second, too.
Returning for Eastern Hancock, number 3, Luke Schilling.
Schilling's going to come in and replace Halcomb.
Yep, Blackford missed the last. A little bit of a break, and we got it.
Yeah, Shaw got the rebound. Shaw can't handle the hot pass there, and Blackford with the steal. I'd like to know what we're at turnover-wise right now as well.
Yeah.
Our statistician is still in Florida. He did stats for the varsity game on Tuesday from Florida.
That's awesome.
So I want to thank Jim Jackson for doing that, but I don't know how busy he is. He's one of the busiest guys I know.
Yeah, and that was Luke didn't get the turnover clean. He saw Caden running and was hurrying to get it out of his hands. Right idea.
He was going to get called for a double dribble there, or he was going to have to get rid of the ball. So Eastern trails by 8, and we have not scored in.
It's been a while.
It's been 3.5 minutes of game time here at least. And pushed him in on 4. Schilling nearly steals it away from Turner. Turner pulls it back out and finds Bell. Going to get 3 seconds on Turner.
3-second violation.
Got stuck with both feet in the lane. So Shaw running the point for the Royals. Just over 5 minutes left here in the first half. They trail by 8. Winnan penetrates, kicks over to Schilling. Open 3 from the right wing. Too hard. Rebound Willis. Got to make. All right, kick it back out to Schilling for another one. No. Rebounded by Logsden.
So here's the question. How much is this shooting background messing with some of these kids with it wide open, being down low? A little different than the normal gyms we play in our 1 and 2A opponents.
Well, and I think that it's a different backdrop, and it's one of those that for some kids you don't even notice it. I remember Lexi last year playing here, had the game of her life.
Yes, she did.
Playing here. But then I've seen other shooters come in here and struggle. So I think it kind of depends on what you're looking at. Blackford with another 3. Goodness gracious.
He's got 14.
He is
3-pointers.
on fire.
Yeah, if we don't score here, we're going to lose touch.
Yep, down by 11. Willis takes it in.
Nope.
Just can't get the roll. Turner with another rebound.
That cannot buy a basket right now.
Royals have not scored this quarter, and we're 3 minutes into the quarter. Logston gets around Shaw, lays it up and in. Goodness, that was acrobatic there from Cade Logston. 13-point game. Coach Bechtel's going to take a timeout.
But again, what do you say? You got to have ball security, right? Again, as we've been a little loose with the ball, but do you tell them to make their layups? I mean, we might have missed our last 10 layups.
Yeah, and they're contested. It's not like they're wide open layups, but you got to – I don't know what you say there.
Right.
I don't think there's anything you can say. You just, keep plugging. You got to start valuing the possessions.
Yeah.
Instead of taking some of those, maybe some of those riskier passes, value the possession. Make sure that we either get a clean look from 3 or that we get into the lane and get a layup.
Right. This is almost where you wish it was halftime so you can just
refresh,
restart,
stop, restart.
You guys want to announce it on?
Thank you. I'm going to take a sec during this timeout and announce tonight is Archie's Promise night. Archie Cox was born to head coach Daniel Cox and his wife Kelly in April 2021. Archie was born with a rare condition and lived here on Earth for only a few days. In honor of Archie and to help his families going through similar devastation or loss, Daniel and Kelly created Archie's Promise. It's a foundation created to help other families. Newcastle student government has been raising money to help fund Archie's Promise. So they're doing a fundraiser here tonight. I know they're selling T-shirts. It's a great cause. Our superintendent knows Coach Cox really well and was talking about it and said they've been able to help a lot of families in similar situations. So
yeah, I can't even imagine having 3 kids. I can't imagine going through that. Devastating.
Winnan pulls the trigger for 3. No. Rebounded by Blackford.
And you would say percentages were bound to make something sooner or later.
You would think so. Oh, that one just got through to Bell. Bell can't finish, leaves it on the rim. Winnan saves it. Winnan saved it right to Turner, but then Turner can't hit the layup. Willis is going to back it back out. Shaw's going to pull the trigger for 3. No.
And that 2 times in a row, you talk about valuing the possession, and we got relatively quick shots.
Yep.
Really like to see us work Caden there. And we have switched defenses.
Yep. Put Caden up top there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how those balls are getting through there.
No, and Turner left it short twice.
Yep. It's like a quarterback knifing it through there. Caden in the corner with it, guarded by Logston. Caden thought about the 3, gets it over to Schilling.
Yeah, he kind of got away with the double there, I think.
Schilling 15-footer, no. Turner with another rebound. And again, what do you say?
I don't remember. I can't remember watching one of our teams go through a stretch like this where we couldn't shoot. Now, I haven't seen every game the last few years, but I've seen the great majority of them. And we, maybe in the state championship with the varsity kids last year, we hit a really bad spell. But that,
I mean, we are now 4 minutes in. We've gone 6 minutes now without scoring.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break. It's a full timeout. We're going to turn the camera to see the cheerleaders so my wife can see the cheerleaders from home. And then we're going to take a quick break and hear from our friends at Paxton Farms. We all need to eat more vegetables, but we run into the same problems every time we go to eat them. Carrots and peas just have no flavor. Beans and Brussels sprouts have side effects that will send children running in fear. But there is one vegetable that everyone loves. It's corn. And when it comes to corn, there's only one name to trust. Paxton Farms. Paxton Farms sweet corn has been your go-to source of corn in Hancock County for years. So head on down and grab some, and when you think of corn, think Paxton Farms. All right, thank you to Paxton Farms sweet corn. Paxton Farms, our longest running sponsor of Eastern Hancock Sports Network. One of our favorite sponsors.
Oh, absolutely.
So Newcastle ball here again. 2:15 to go here in the first half. Royals trail by 13.
Yeah, Manship and Halcomb have checked back in. So we've got Willis, Manship, Halcomb, Schilling, and Wennon.
Turner no again, and he's been leaving them short just like we have there.
I was going to say, it looks like he's wearing the wrong color uniform right now, the way his layups have been going.
Schilling hesitation, nothing there. Tell you what, right now, if we're going to get back in this, it's going to be Chuck right there. Oof. In and out on the three, but Charlie's got to get going.
Yeah. Well, and Caden got us off to a pretty decent start.
And Caden's going to get his points in there, but we got to get somebody hitting from outside because Caden and Charlie are the only two that have scored. Getting into Turner, over to Bell in the corner. Back up top to Logston. Finds Turner in the middle, and we were just a little out of position.
Yep.
And that's what let him get that ball into Turner. I think both Charlie and Manship were both in position to make a play, but they were both almost trying to bait him into that pass.
Yep.
And they let themselves get a little too out of position.
And one of the things that was interesting, too, is that Logston made a fake like he was going across and pulled Schilling up because that's his next move, and it opened up that passing lane.
On the fact that Blackford's hit 3 threes, Logston drives it in and just wraps it around Manship for another layup.
Yeah, that's 9 for him. In the meantime, Shaw's come in for Willis. Hey!
Schilling finally hits the layup. That's our first basket in over a quarter's worth of game time. 7 minutes. Under a minute to play here. Eastern trails by 13. Shaw up top, Blackford with it. Finds Gross in the corner, back up to Blackford with 48 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Logston stolen away by Schilling. He gets it up to Stewart. Stewart finishes.
That was a great second effort by Schilling, too, because that he was going down and was able to flip that ball, that loose ball to Stewart.
If we could get one more play here and cut this down to single digits.
We got blood.
No, pacifier on the court.
Oh, of course. I've had that. I've wanted to throw a pacifier myself.
Tim Stein over there throwing a passy on the court. Oh, nearly throws it away. Logston grabs it, 15 seconds. Drives in, finds Gross in the corner. And Gross is bumped by Manship. That's going to be Manship's third.
Yeah, and that was, it was a foul, but it was.
Eli just seems a step slow today.
Yeah.
He's just been a kind of a step out of position.
15th foul on the Royals. Taking in for Eastern Hancock, number 5.
Because he's just been, like there. Normally he's right there putting the foot on
Right.
the baseline, keeping that guy from penetrating baseline, but just been a little bit slow today. There we go, throw it away.
Yep, that helps.
12.2 on the clock here. Eastern down by 11. Let's cut this to a one possession or a single digit game here at the half. Stewart's got it, 10 seconds. Gets it across the timeline. Stewart with 4 seconds. Finds Charlie. Charlie gonna get the shot off. Oh, couldn't get the roll. Check out the attempt there by Charlie Halcomb. Probably not the look Charlie wanted, but it nearly got it to fall. And so at the halftime break, updating this. The score at halftime, Eastern Hancock 16, Newcastle 27. We're going to take our halftime break here, and we'll be back with the second half in about 10 minutes. Is your car dirtier than the hog barn at the 4-H fair? Have your children made such a mess that your back seat resembles a landfill? Then you need a full-service car wash. And the best place to get that in Hancock County is at Dave's Express Car Wash in Greenfield. Dave's Express offers both exterior and interior cleaning. They also do oil changes and tires. And don't forget to swing by the grill for their world-famous tenderloin. It's a one-stop shop where you can get it all at Dave's Express in Greenfield.
As a member-owned cooperative, 9-Star serves our members who are also our friends, our neighbors, our family. We take that role very seriously. We want to provide that customer with the same experience and customer service that we would expect ourselves.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Paul, it just seems like every week we start by talking about championships, and we're in that particular part of the year. This is another busy weekend for the staff, coaches, fans, student athletes, everybody around the state. We have one of the greatest tournaments in the entire country in our wrestling finals at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. We also are into the semi-state round of girls basketball, new format as we all know. Boys basketball continues their regular season, so there are a lot of things going on this weekend.
Absolutely, Coach, and we're ready here at the office. We're really looking forward to everything we have still going on. But this weekend, when we culminate a year and celebrate a year and the final part of the year, which is obviously state championships, and this weekend is the wrestling state championship at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The Pacers and the Fever are going to let us have that facility for a little bit of time and celebrate some wrestlers, but and then they're going to get back to winning games on those floors. But you go through that whole day. Friday night, you have to win to advance the state championship, and the medal round the next day, and then the next day. It's just one match after another, 4 mats, and then we finally at the evening we get together and we turn the lights down in the facility and spotlight the floor, and we have 2 wrestlers that have come through the north or the south face off with each other and with an opportunity to win a state championship. It really is an incredible.
If there's anything more dramatic in terms of a championship than what you just described, I'd like to know what it is.
I don't know what it is either, Coach, and it just gives me some chills here just thinking about it. And I would invite any of our listeners, if you've never been to a wrestling state championship, I would suggest that you come out and enjoy the evening, because you will not find a more exciting evening. And they're all exciting, but this one's really fun.
I would suggest you get tickets quickly, because it's an event that normally has a jam-packed arena, does it not?
It does. We have a huge crowd at our wrestling state championship. You better get your ticket, because like I say, I hope we sell that place out, because those kids deserve to play in front of a supporting audience that's full of fans.
Well, if you're a basketball fan, you have some games. You mentioned semi-state round, new format, 8 different sites, 4 teams, 8 winners. Winners will move to Gainbridge Fieldhouse for the championships. And you mentioned the reaction. I have to believe that the reaction was pretty solid around the state.
It was. We've heard a lot of good feedback. We had our semi-state selection show on Sunday, where we'd let our opponents, our participating schools, know where they were going, but we also let them know who they were going to play against. And we got a lot of we had we had an incredible audience that was interested in watching that show, and so that was enthusiastic. But I think there's a lot of excitement around the tournament right now, and this new format allows. We have double the number of teams in the tournament a week longer. You know what? That means there's going to be double the number of pep assemblies out there in our schools to celebrate these young ladies that get to play here and have a chance to go to the state championship game at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Sunday night, Greg Rakestraw and I will be with you to talk about the pairings for the upcoming boys state championship. It's always fun to do it. We appreciate the honor, but you talk about excitement. That's another one of those exciting nights around our state.
It is exciting. You know, the pairing shows, they'll be out in full force. The teams will gather, as teams do, and they'll watch the pairing show, see who they play on what night. You know, then the preparation begins for your week-long, could be 3 opponents in a week to win a state champion or sectional championship. Again, just a great show, and I got to tell you, it's phenomenal because we've also got 2 of the best broadcasters in the business breaking down the show and giving some expert information to our audience.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Governor Holcomb, I love how high school sports teach the importance of the journey.
I couldn't agree more, Commissioner Neidig. Before any measure of success is achieved, like making a winning play or earning a state championship, student athletes go on an essential journey that humbles and teaches them every step of the way.
The lessons learned along the journey of high school sports are about so much more than just the game. Student athletes learn how to persevere through adversity, never give up, and to get better every day.
This second classroom teaches the skills, behaviors, and attitudes student athletes need to be successful on the playing field and in life.
There's no better training ground for today's teens on their way to becoming tomorrow's leaders. Support the vital work of education-based athletics by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is keeping education in front of athletics. This is the journey of high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
When moving into a new home, we ask ourselves questions like, who is the best internet provider in town? Well, have you considered locally owned 9-Star Connect? We've become the fastest, most reliable, and dedicated fiber-to-the-home internet company in central Indiana. Our internet packages have been modified, and we are changing speeds at a more competitive price. So give us a look. Visit us at 9starconnect.com. 9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
We all need to eat more vegetables, but we run into the same problems every time we go to eat them. Carrots and peas just have no flavor. Beans and Brussels sprouts have side effects that will send children running in fear. But there is one vegetable that everyone loves. It's corn. And when it comes to corn, there's only one name to trust: Paxton Farms. Paxton Farms sweet corn has been your go-to source of corn in Hancock County for years. So head on down and grab some, and when you think of corn, think Paxton Farms. There we go. Now we're back. So about a minute and 12 seconds away here from starting the second half. Eastern Hancock trails Newcastle in this JV game, 27-16. After what we saw, a really good first quarter, and then the Royals could not buy a basket in the second quarter. While Newcastle caught fire, Blackford hit 3 or 4 threes, four threes, I believe.
5. They've got 5.
No, Blackford himself.
Oh,
Blackford
sorry.
alone,
I was thinking.
I think.
You said Blackford. I'm thinking the name of the school. Yeah, no. Blackford has 4, and Logston added another one even. So they have 5 as a team. Blackford has been on 14 points.
Scoring for the Royals: Schilling with 2, Stewart with 2, Halcomb with 5, and Willis with 7. But Halcomb and Willis had all their points there in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So we got to get something going here. We'll see. We also have a little foul trouble with just with Manship. I think he's the only one on the floor for either team with more than 1 foul.
Yeah, he had 3 of our 5, I think.
He had 3 there in the first half.
You know, I guess the positive that you take in there is we're only down by 11, and we didn't score until there was a minute left in the second quarter. That was, to have it be this close, that's a good thing. Looks like both teams with starters still, and as far as we know, Newcastle still hasn't subbed anybody. Trojans have the first possession. That's Logston.
His three's good.
That puts him in double figures with 12.
Chase Stewart gets to the rim, puts up the layup, and knocks it home. Good response there by the Royals. Chase Stewart with 4 points on the night. Throw it over to Blackford. Blackford saves it.
Well, the one thing that this change of defense is doing is it definitely is making them have to make quicker decisions.
Yep. I thought they were going to get manship for that. They got Stewart on that reach-in, so.
Good news for Eli.
Yeah, that was good for us. Blackford missed it. Tipped out. Nice job by Stewart tipping it to Schilling. Gets it over to Willis, and Willis dunks it home. We'll call that a half dunk for Willis. Not quite as impressive as his first. So Eastern to within 10, 30-20 here. Gross drives, kicks to Blackford, three from the left wing. Perfect for Blackford.
And again, we had a defender there. He is
on fire tonight.
He is hitting it.
Chase Stewart with the ball. Gets it over to Chuck. Charlie Halcomb up top, dishes to Manship. Inside to Willis. Willis can't get the reverse layup and then lost it out of bounds trying to get the rebound.
Yeah, he was a little far underneath the basket, I think, when he went up and couldn't quite get the angle on that hook.
Logston needs to tie his shoe.
Got a couple of lonely administrators sitting under the basket for the Royals.
They probably like it there. There's no one within 10 rows of them. Logston tries to dish it over, stolen away by Stewart. Stewart pulls it back out, gets it to Charlie Halcomb where the volleyball line would be. Charlie drives, lays it up, and gets the roll.
Attaboy, Chuck. So we're getting to the hoop. We're converting some shots now. We got to stop them from scoring.
Nearly a steal there. Logston knifes through, lost the handle on it, and they're going to get Charlie Halcomb on a reach-in foul. No, they're going to call that on Manship.
Oh, man.
That should have been on Charlie. That's going to put Logston at the line to shoot two. Manship picks up that foul. Logston knocks it home. Shaw's going to come in and replace Manship.
Checking in for the Royals, number 15, Eric Shaw.
Yeah, I was going to say we can't keep trading points on both ends.
No, we're not going to be able to do that. So Royals trail by 12. 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Charlie Halcomb on the right wing with it. Gets it up top to Shaw. Nice pass from Willis. Charlie's just got to go straight up. Oh, or do that. Nice job, Charlie Halcomb to Garrett Shaw.
I was with you on that, though. You don't want to. He had a good open reverse layup, and then Turner came over, but it was a great job by Garrett to cut into the basket.
So 10-point lead again here for the Trojans. Logston knifes through everybody. Turner with the offensive board.
That's going to be Schilling, I think.
Yep, Schilling picks up, I believe, only his second foul of the game, but that's now 3 quick fouls on the Royals. And that puts Elijah Turner at the line to shoot two.
I don't know how long we're going to be able to keep trying to run those traps because we are not cutting off the guys getting to the basket, and that's been the issue at this point.
The problem is we're making them uncomfortable up top, but then we're not falling back into our zone down by the rim.
Yep.
Turner knocks them both home.
And he's got 6. Only 3 Trojans have scored.
Chase Stewart finds Shaw. Back over to Schilling here. Schilling finds Willis, guarded by Turner. Willis gets cut off, back up top to Halcomb. Halcomb penetrates, Euro step, scoop shot, no.
I think that second step took him off of his path a little bit, and he had to throw it up a little bit harder than he wanted.
Logston, no. Turner in position for the offensive rebound, slipped, but puts it up and lays it up and in.
It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back for us right now.
Yes, it is. Back to 14-point lead for the Trojans. Willis up top with it, gets a screen from Stewart. Kicks out to Halcomb on the right wing. Can't do anything with it. Up top to Stewart, back to Willis on the right wing. Willis is going to take the 3 over Blackford. No. Shaw, what are they going to call? I think they're going to call a foul on Logston.
I don't know. I didn't see a foul.
I didn't either. Maybe just because Shaw didn't catch it clean. Maybe that's one if Shaw catches it clean, there's nothing. But
yeah, that might be.
They're going to call a foul on Cade Logston, his first. Team's first of the half. Charlie wraps it around to Schilling. Schilling puts it up and in for 2. That's twice now that Chuck's done that.
Let's get some defense.
Blackford, good active hands there. Bell's pass is deflected into the Newcastle student section by Garrett Shaw. So Trojans to inbound here. Blackford flips it over to Logston. Logston drives, cut off by Schilling. He's trapped back to Blackford. Deep 3. I expected that one to be in and out and back in.
Yeah, the way he's been going.
Blackford gets it.
2-on-1.
Yep. Stewart wraps it around, gets it over to Willis, and Willis lays it up and in for 2 more.
And I liked Chase drew the defender to him before making the pass. That was a great job.
Walks him back to Blackford. Quick 3 on the way. Perfect.
That's his 6th. Got 20 points.
And his 2 non-3-pointers were on a 3 where he got fouled and went to the free throw line. They're going to call, a travel on Willis. I thought we were going to get an offensive foul on Stewart for kind of
too.
Moving screen there, but travel's a little better for us. And there, Stewart's going to get the reach-in foul.
Winnin's going to check in.
And like you said, we're in a tough spot here because we have to pressure them. You know, you're in a spot you have to pressure, but at the same token, we got to get back into that. We can't just let them keep breaking the pressure too easy. Schilling there with the steal. Lays it up and in.
Oh!
And 1.
Yeah, we'll take that one. That was a soft foul. Is that Logston again? You always say like that kind of thing. If you're going to get a foul, don't let him shoot.
Yep, exactly.
And that didn't even interrupt Luke's shooting motion.
By the way, we have people walking in front of the camera. I have no idea why everyone in the gym wants to sit right in front of us.
No. I'm almost going to ask our assistant camera operator to stand in that one little gap where they could get through.
Yes, it's literally everyone in the gym wants to sit right in front of our camera. And then get up and then get back down. Gross lost the handle on it. Halcomb ties him up. And that's going to stay here with the Trojans on the jump ball.
I'm going to solve our issue here. I'll be right back.
So, wait, no, that's Eastern ball. They forgot to change the arrow. So Garrett Shaw is going to bring it up here. Royals trail by 10, 41-31. A little over 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Winnin gets it over to Schilling. Schilling drives to his right, cut off by Gross. Pulls it back up, no good. Rebounded by Blackford. Logston stolen away by Winnin. Winnin's got a fast break layup. Lays it up and in. Miles Winnin with his first basket. Cuts the lead down to single digits for the first time in a quarter and a half. Nearly 2 quarters of action.
Yeah. I mean, since early in the second quarter.
41-33. Trojans still lead. We'll be back after a word from our friends at 9 Star.
As a member-owned cooperative, 9 Star serves our members who are also our friends, our neighbors, our family.
9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
All right, 1:51 left here in the third quarter. Eastern Hancock trails Newcastle 41-33 here in this JV game.
And really, aside from a bad shooting stretch, it's been. I mean, it would be a tight game.
Well, it was what? Was it 11 at
half? Yeah, and it got up to 14.
But, you know, I mean, this quarter we've played them even.
Yeah.
The first quarter we played even. It was that second quarter where we went 6 minutes without scoring that killed us. Oh,
another steal.
Got another steal there from Winnan. Puts it up, can't fish.
Yeah,
Willis don't pick up a foul, and Willis picked up a foul.
Yeah, Miles was off balance when he tried to get that up just from scrambling for that loose ball. Like the effort, though. Hey, we're up to 80 people watching.
We are up to 80 people watching. We want to thank everybody who's tuned in, both Royal fans and I would say Trojan fans, but I think the Trojan fans, I saw people live streaming from the other side, so they're probably used to watching their broadcast.
Yeah.
There they broke the press, and Brody Bell, is that his first basket?
Yeah.
Lays it up and in. So Trojan fans, if you're watching, thank you, but
Yeah, Luke's going to go shoot a pair as he gets fouled. I think that's Turner that'll pick up the foul. Oh, no, they called that one on Gross. Just his first. Third team foul for the Trojans. Luke hits his first one. It's important to get our points that we can while the clock stopped as second one's in and out. Turner comes away with the rebound, and the Trojans are looking to go right to the basket. Good defense.
Gross cut off, and the Trojans get a timeout there.
30-second timeout.
I like that. That was a nice job.
So again, Eastern Hancock trails by 9. A minute 12 left here in the third quarter. Our camera difficulties, I think, are connection related. I think it's not a. I just don't know where the connection problem is.
Right. Well, that made it go blank for a few minutes.
Well, I unplugged it.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
We may have to switch to a different chord for the varsity game.
Yes, and the DJ here just rickrolled this arena. I just want to tell you that I'm feeling. Never gonna let you up. Never gonna let you down. Sorry for my singing. I can't help it.
All right, Trojan ball here. Awkward inbound from the corner, but they get it into Logston, but it's stolen away.
There we go.
Shilling up to Willis can't finish.
Winnan's blocked. Oh. Wow.
And it has just been that kind of night right now. Under a minute left here in the third. Logston finds Gross, and then we're going to get a kick on the Royals.
Yeah, but have we hit a three-pointer? We get one early on?
Charlie hit one in the first quarter.
So not only that, we normally hit a bunch of threes. They've had 8 threes.
Make that 9. Nope. Blackford can't hit. Shilling up to Willis. Willis.
Get in.
Nope. Can't get the roll. Logston just picked up his third, and that'll send Willis to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, all 3 for Logston in this quarter.
Yeah.
And we're going to have our first sub.
Willis knocks home the first. And that is, he's not on my roster.
No. I mean, the only number 10 we have is Colin Taylor from the varsity.
So maybe that's Colin Taylor?
Yeah. There's only 2 guys sitting there with jerseys on.
We're going to call him Colin Taylor.
That may be why they didn't have any subs.
No good on the second. Turner with the rebound. Eastern trails by 8. 33 seconds left here in the third quarter. Turner gets it over to Gross, swings it to Blackford. Blackford thought about it, gets it into Turner, nearly stolen away. Oh, there Willis got him across the arm.
That was better recovery, though, when they broke the trap.
Yep. Second foul on Willis, 6 on the Royals, which means that any more fouls, Newcastle's going to be shooting 1-1.
That's it right there.
Shaw bodies Taylor out of bounds. That'll send Taylor to the line to shoot 1-1. 17 seconds remain here in the third quarter.
Except I'm not thinking that's Taylor because he doesn't look 6'2".
No, he
Very
does not.
interesting.
I don't know who else to call
No,
him.
maybe it's a freshman that has got pulled. Like, do they have a C team here?
They do, yeah.
Well, maybe that's what it is.
Oh, we lost it out of bounds. Oh, that was definitely out on Willis, but they're going to give us the ball.
No instant replay in high school basketball, folks. Now, the last time we held the ball for one shot, Charlie had to take an awkward three because he had somebody in his face. Let's see if we can get a better shot here.
Like that? Shaw gets all the way to the rim.
Down to 6. Oh, Willis, man, good effort.
Yep. Kept them from getting off any kind of look there.
Yeah. So we actually won that quarter.
Yes, we did. So at the end of the third quarter, Eastern Hancock's clawing their way back into it. They trail 43-37. We'll take a break and hear from our friends at Dave's Express Car Wash. Is your car dirtier than the hog barn at the 4-H fair? Have your children made such a mess that your back seat resembles a landfill? Then you need a full-service car wash. And the best place to get that in Hancock County is at Dave's Express Car Wash in Greenfield. Dave's Express offers both exterior and interior cleaning. They also do oil changes and tires. And don't forget to swing by the grill for their world-famous tenderloin. It's a one-stop shop where you can get it all at Dave's Express in Greenfield. All right, folks. Quick rundown. Scoring here for the Royals. Willis with 12, Halcomb with 7, Stewart with 4, Schilling with 8, Shaw with 4, Winnan with 2. We did a lot of our damage here in that quarter because we only had 16, so we scored 21 points there that quarter.
And a lot of it was just right around the basket. We did a good job of getting there and laying the ball off to open teammates, making that extra pass. I think we capitalized for the most part at the line when we got to shoot.
And they brought Logston back in. Oh, Willis nearly gets the steal. Oh, and Newcastle's going to get the timeout call.
And Coach Bechtel saying he traveled because Blackford was rolling a bit.
Well, and there was no way, if they didn't get the timeout, there was no way they were going to get it across before getting a 10-second call, too. That's one of those rules, and we benefited from it in the girls' regional game the other night, but you almost hate it. A team could go for 9 seconds, call a timeout, and then the whole 10-second clock resets. And I know that the officials obviously can't they have no idea. They can't go back and go, oh, well, I was at 8.5 seconds. I got to reset. But it's one of those that's it's killer for the defense. You play good there. You get a deflection, and then you got to start over.
I guess you rest on the fact that they burned a timeout, that they can't use later. That's the one down part. But almost like in the NBA where they have, like, if the ball's kicked, shot clock resets, but it's lower. It's not like you don't get the whole shot clock. We just don't have the capabilities at every place to be able to go back and see time or to count, like you said. Maybe give them a 5 seconds or something, not the full 10. But we got to survey the coaches at Eastern and see what they think about that. Be a very, very unscientific poll.
I'm always interested to see what Coach Spalding says because some of his takes are very get off my lawn.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then some of his takes are very, very modern. So it's always intriguing. Gross's 3 air balls at Winnan with the rebound.
I think he's still wishing the peach basket had a bottom in it.
Yes.
And the keyhole was shaped like a keyhole.
Winnan can't get the roll. Turner with the rebound there. But then he's all for seeding the sectional. So,
right.
Again, Charlie with the steal. Up ahead to Willis.
Take it.
Willis through Turner.
Go.
Basket through the contact there. Cuts the lead to 4 with 6 minutes and 11 seconds left here, and then we foul him.
Oh, I don't know about that. Who are they going to call it on? Yeah, okay, maybe
Shaw.
Caden. I was going to see, I don't think it was Shaw. I think, was that Blackford? I think he spun around Shaw and fell down.
I thought maybe if they called Caden on a push as he came over there.
It's kind of like pulling the chair out, right, when you're posting up. That's what it looked like Shaw did.
Blackford, a very good free throw shooter here, knocks down the first.
Yeah, he's been the man for them tonight.
Knocks home the second, leads back to 6 with 6:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. I apologize, the scoreboard still says third.
I'm happy we've got ourselves back into it and given ourselves a chance to win the game here in the fourth quarter.
Willis with it on the right wing. Dribbles up, gets to Charlie at the top of the key. Over to Winnan on the left wing. Up top, Schilling. Schilling will pull the trigger for 3. Off the mark. Winnan saves it, but saves it right to Turner. Good hustle by Winnan there. And then a foul on Willis as he bumped Logston out of bounds there, and it's going to put Logston at the line to shoot 1-1. That's 3 on Caden now.
Yeah. And I'm curious to see when Manship comes back in. Right now that group's been playing well, so you don't want to mess with the chemistry.
Logston knocks home the first, leads back to 7. And again, you don't want to give them these points here, the freebies at the line.
No,
this is now 2 times that they haven't had to get into an offensive set because we fouled them and given them 4 free points. Way out. You know, one was in the backcourt, the other one was up there by the E in Newcastle on the sideline. Shaw handles it, gets it over to Charlie on the right wing, up top to Willis. Willis, Euro steps around, lays it up and in for 2. Caden Willis with his 16th point of the game.
Logston really close to shuffling his feet there. That's
got to be, they're going to call a jump ball.
I don't know. I think he came down.
I wish our cameraman had that pointed at Coach Bechtel at that point because Coach Bechtel was incredibly animated.
Yes, he was. He thought the same thing, though. He thought Blackford had come back down with it. Just trying to figure out what do we get there?
We got timeout by Bechtel. He didn't see Shaw cutting in there to get the ball. So timeout by Coach Bechtel and the Royals here. We have 2 timeouts remaining for the Royals, 1 for the Trojans. So we'll see. Timeouts may become a factor here.
Well, after a stinker of a second quarter, this has become a very competitive game, and this is more like the team we're used to seeing.
Yeah. And Bechtel tried every lineup he could there in the second. I think he played pretty much everybody he's got, throwing them out there, trying different things, and just nobody could get it to fall. I think he's a couple seconds away from trying Cooper.
Yeah, there's probably that, or dressing Paxton.
I don't think we want to dress Paxton. He'd probably turn an ankle.
I was going to say, I think he still has a bum ankle.
Charlie thought about the 3, wants it, but drives instead. Lost the handle on it out of bounds.
Yeah, very call on Turner.
Oh, they're going to stay with the Royals.
Yep. I think Turner got a hand in there, and they'd been calling that earlier when it was us tipping them out. So.
They get into Shaw. Back to Schilling. Oh, Schilling's just been off the mark. You want him to take that 3, but he's been way off from deep so far today. Willis with the bucket and the foul.
You know, we've been doing this whole comeback without shooting the 3s, too. This is an old-fashioned basketball game at the rim.
Caden Willis gets the layup. Now he'll get one more here. Turner picked up his first foul.
That's pretty amazing for as active as that guy has been on the inside.
Willis knocks home the free throw, cuts the lead down to 3 with under 5 to go.
Let Blackford out of the trap.
Oh, there's a steal. Garrett Shaw with the layup. Garrett Shaw lays it up and in for 2. And the lead is now 47-46. And there's another steal.
Oh.
Miles Winnan gets to the
Hey!
rim. The Royals are back on top, 48-47. 4.5 minutes left here in the game. And got to get back here, got to get back. Oh, there we go. Got him to throw it away. Brody Bell tosses it away.
Fantastic job.
So Eastern Hancock ball. They lead by 1, 48-47. They've come all the way back. Biggest deficit was 16, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
If my math is correct. Shaw shuffled the feet. Yep.
Got caught. He hopped a little bit. It's all right. We can live with that. That's the loudest the student section has been, and I think they didn't notice that the score changed there.
I know. Get it into Logston.
Are they going to call on Garrett?
Yep.
Is that his third?
That's Shaw's third.
Bechtel's taking himself back into the – he just pulled a Schultz. He went and sat at the end of the bench. We just put the Trojans in the double bonus, though, for the rest of the game.
That was a Coach Schultz right there.
Hey,
no good there from Logston.
Yeah, and he'd been shooting pretty good.
Logston with one more. Chance to tie here with 4:08 on the clock.
Oh, that one was flat. That's a home bounce right there because he shot that ball and it was flat.
Bechtel back up on his feet. We'll see if the stomp comes out next. The Schultz stomp.
Yeah.
Schilling up top to Winnan. Winnan thought about the three. Backs it back out. Gets it to Schilling. Tie ball game, under 4 to play. Back up top, Charlie Halcomb on the right wing extended. He drives, spins into the lane, gets to the rim. Charlie Halcomb. His first basket of the quarter gives the Royals a 2-point lead.
And he set his defender up big time for that move.
Oh.
That's all right. Let it just recover.
Nice job by Blackford there. I think Schilling thought he was going to fall out of bounds and didn't realize he could catch that back up. Blackford's three, no good. Rebounded by Chuck, and then Chuck gets fouled by Gross.
And that's going to be the 6th team foul for the Trojans, which will put us shooting the rest of the game.
Yes, it will. So Eastern Hancock ball, they lead by 2, 50-48. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the ball game. Well, in regulation anyway.
Yeah. The way things are going, we may be having an extra period.
I could see some bonus basketball here. Shaw up top with it. They've kind of extended that defense. Willis drives. Got a little fancy, but Shaw recovers it. Back up top to Schilling, under 3 to play. Eastern being real patient with it right now.
Hey, we don't have to score to win.
No. Now, we're not going to be able to hold it the entire time, but you don't need to force anything right now.
No, and they've changed their defense. They
fell back into a 2-3 now.
They're tired of us finishing at the rim this half.
Schilling up top. Logston jumps out at him, kicks it over to Shaw. Shaw back to Schilling. Schilling beats them all, goes through Turner, lays it up, can't finish it.
I like that play. Turner did a great job of staying home and not picking up a foul.
Yes, he did. Gross with the ball, guarded by Shaw, finds Blackford. Then Logston in the corner for 3, buries it. Gives the Trojans the lead again, 51-50 with 2:03 to play here in the game.
But I think we've shown it. We can get to the hoop.
Logston plays really well for a freshman. Oh, there we go. Blackford gets the foul there. That's going to send Willis to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Both teams in the bonus. Trojans in the double bonus. If you know people that aren't watching, tell them they need to turn this on. This is an outstanding JV game here. Willis ties it back up at 51 and earns himself another freebie. If my wife is listening with my kids, I want to say hi. No, but Shaw with the offensive board.
I'm not sure how Shaw got up that high. He took it off of Turner's head.
Well, it was that long bounce because it just kind of got a real high bounce off the rim, and a great job by Garrett Shaw to recover that.
Absolutely.
Shaw to Schilling. Back.
Yeah, they should have called a foul.
And Coach Bechtel's going to take a timeout.
He's drawing the picket fence right now, and he's going to tell him don't get caught watching the paint dry.
Minute 27 to go. Coach Bechtel going to call a full timeout, and we're going to take a sec and hear from our friends at 9-Star.
We are really heavily involved in the community, so there are multiple different volunteer opportunities that we can go and do.
Volunteer time to share their time and talents with organizations that need not only monetary assistance, but just people's time to help those organizations grow and thrive.
9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
All right, folks, we're back here. Minute 27 to go. Eastern Hancock with the ball. Tie ball game in this JV boys matchup. You know, not a bad crowd for a Thursday night game. I think if this game was Saturday night like it was originally planned to be, you'd have a great crowd. Newcastle having a good season, and Royals having a great season right now. But obviously having to move it to Thursday due to the girls, Eastern Hancock girls playing in the semi-state on Saturday.
Yeah, it does change things a little bit, but it is. I was trying to picture the crowd in our gym, and it'd be pretty full.
Bechtel gets another timeout as Willis went to the floor with it there. Yeah, if this crowd was in our gym, it would be full. But here at the field house, it tends to look a little sparse when it holds nearly 8,500 people.
Yeah, it's like the Pacers playing on a Tuesday.
Yep,
against I don't know, some crummy team.
All right, so that was full timeout. So we got a chance here to take a second here from our friends at Paxton Farms. We all need to eat more vegetables, but we run into the same problems every time we go to eat them. Carrots and peas just have no flavor. Beans and Brussels sprouts have side effects that will send children running in fear. But there is one vegetable that everyone loves. It's corn. And when it comes to corn, there's only one name to trust: Paxton Farms. Paxton Farms sweet corn has been your go-to source of corn in Hancock County for years. So head on down and grab some, and when you think of corn, think Paxton Farms. All right, thank you, Paxton Farms. Eastern Hancock ball into the basket, a minute 20 to go, tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Luke Schilling to inbound. Lobs it to Willis. Willis can't finish, gets his own board, puts it back up and in for two.
Caden's done a great job this second half, both defensively and shooting the ball.
Yep. Oh, and then Caden's going to get called for the foul.
It looked for a second like we were taking an intentional foul.
I know. That's Caden's fourth, which may limit now how aggressive he can be on offense.
Right.
But that is double bonus, so now Noah Gross at the line. The 5'11 sophomore will get two shots to try to tie the game back up. Too hard on the first one.
That may be the first shot Gross has taken all game, and he has not come out.
I think he took a three,
Did he?
and I think that's the second shot. But yeah, he's been quiet on the offensive end. Knocks home the second. Eastern Hancock leads by one. Royals need to get it across. They do. Charlie finds Willis in the corner. Willis.
On a normal night, Caden had taken that 3.
Yep.
And Charlie would have taken that one.
Under a minute to play. Eastern Hancock leads by 1. They wrap up Shaw. Heady play there by Blackford. Wrapping up Shaw. That'll send Garrett to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Have we subbed this quarter?
Yeah, because Eli picked up his 4th foul early on.
Okay, I thought he picked that up maybe in the 3rd.
Oh no, you're right. I was thinking half. My bad. No, we haven't subbed anybody because Eli and Chase are the other guys that have played much. Preston in a little bit at the end of the first half, but
I think we've just rolled with this lineup here. Shaw knocks home the first.
It started clicking, and really it was the defensive end that did it.
Yep.
We made some layups, but defensively we created all kinds of havoc for the Trojans to deal with.
3-point lead for the Royals, 45 seconds to go.
No fouls. You don't have to make a steal, boys. Just slow them down.
Willis with the tip. Logston drives it in, and the blocking foul on Charlie.
It looked like Logston tripped and fell into him.
Charlie might have scooted.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, I
think
see it there at the end. Yeah.
See how Charlie's sliding under him there?
Yep.
Nice.
And Logston did take a little sidestep, but that was Charlie was moving, and that's why Charlie didn't take it full in the chest, I think.
Nice catch there by the official. I mean, official's right under the basket, so right in position to make that call.
Because I thought it looked like maybe Logston stubbed his foot, like caught it or something.
Caught it like he caught his toe when he went to play it. But, yeah, you're right. He took that little sidestep around Charlie, and that's what caused it. So Logston now to shoot 2. Eastern Hancock leads by 3 with 35.2 seconds left here. Logston knocks down the first one. And he and Blackford have just been tremendous here.
Yeah, I think they're both over 20. I mean, if not, this is putting Logston at 20 if he makes this one.
Got it. 1-point lead for the Royals. 35 seconds left here. Shaw over to Schilling. Back to Shaw.
Oh.
Throws it up to Turner. Turner with the steal over to Logston. Gets to Blackford. His long 2 on the way. Got it. 20 seconds left. Royals trail by a point now. They get it to Willis. Willis drives in, puts up the layup. He got it. 10 seconds left. Newcastle's going to use their last time out of the game. Eastern Hancock leads 57-56.
By the way, that was your leader saying, I'm going to make a play.
Yes, it was. Caden Willis has 12 points this quarter. He had 12 coming in, so he's got 24 points this game. But he had, like I said, 12 points this quarter. He and Shaw, Charlie hit a layup. He and Shaw and Charlie are the only ones that have scored this quarter.
Hey, we have 57 points, and we had a quarter where we scored, I think, 4.
The second quarter we scored 4 points, and both of them in the last 45 seconds of the quarter.
Gives you an idea of what we've come back from.
And I just look at this, and I've heard from people, we play a very senior-heavy varsity team.
Yeah.
You've got the twins, you've got Edric, you've got Grant. You really only have, and then you've got Jaden as one of our subs. You've only got 2 varsity-only guys who aren't seniors. But I look at this JV team, you're just going to reload next year.
Yeah.
This team is, and this Newcastle team, probably the best JV team we've played since Greenfield.
Oh, absolutely.
And a top 5 JV team that we've played all season, definitely. Greenfield had a little more depth. Newcastle obviously with only 2 guys on the bench. Greenfield had some more depth, but man, this is a good Newcastle team, and this has just been an awesome game to watch.
Well, I like how we've rallied. We haven't fallen apart, but we've done it. We've won a different way, or we've taken the lead, I should say, a different way. I don't want to.
Logston throws it up. Turner
Turner
traveled with it. There we go. Turner went up with it, but just couldn't hold his balance, and he goes to the floor. So Eastern by 1, 3.6 seconds left here. Charlie finds Shaw. Shaw is fouled by Logston. Or no, that's Gross. With 2.8 on the clock. Garrett Shaw to shoot 1 and 1. Huge free throws here for Garrett Shaw. Oh, knocks home the first. And you know what? Had he not made that, Newcastle thought it was 2. Nobody went for the rebound.
Right.
That ball might have died right there and been game over.
Yep.
Second one good, too.
No
3-point
foul.
lead. 2.8 seconds. The desperation heave falls short.
Wow.
And the Eastern Hancock Royals have defeated the Newcastle Trojans 59-56 in this junior varsity matchup.
I'll tell you what, that's one of those that you think about later on. That's a victory that stands out because of what you had to deal with to get there. You didn't win anything. We didn't win a championship. We didn't. But you can go back, years from now. Those guys, you say, remember when we beat Newcastle, we came back, and what a team win too.
Yes, it was. Let's take hear from our friends at the IHSAA here, and then we're going to come back with point totals for you to end the game.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
All right, so final totals here for the Royals. Eastern Hancock was led by Caden Willis with 24 points, including 12 there in the fourth quarter. Garrett Shaw was second in scoring with 10, and he had 6 there in the fourth quarter, including 4 from 4 for the line there to really seal it. Charlie Halcomb had 9, Luke Schilling 8, and Chase Stewart and Miles Winnan had 4 apiece. I think our Paxton Farms player of the game, I actually think it could go 2 ways, but the way that Willis finished there at the end, I think it has to go to Willis. But Garrett Shaw, coming off the bench, 10 second-half points. Manship picked up that 4th foul early in the second half, and Shaw came out and played really well. But I think the way that 12 points in the fourth quarter, you got to go Willis there.
And Shaw's defense was really good. He was over there as part of that trap with Willis and did good, and then the ball handling as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he handled the ball the whole fourth quarter. So great job there by both of them. You have point totals for the Trojans?
I do. The Trojans were led by Caden Blackford's 24. He had 6 3-pointers. Logston had 20, and he had 3 3-pointers amongst that. Then it was Turner with 8, and Bell with 2, and Gross with 1. Basically, those 5 kids played. We had an unknown number 10 come in at one point when I think it was Logston picked up his 3rd, middle of the 3rd quarter. But short bench for the Trojans, but they got some scoring from 2 kids.
Yes, they did. All right, folks, we're going to take our break between games. If you're watching on IHSA TV, stay put. If you're watching on anything else, we'll be back with the varsity game here in about 20 minutes. You're listening to the Eastern Hancock Sports Network.